Welcome friends. Today we are going to discuss if the resumes are losing relevance in this era of skill-based hiring. If yes, then what are the new methods or evaluation techniques which are being used by recruiters in the skill-based hiring trend that we are seeing in the market? So yes, friends, there is clearly a trend, and a lot of global CEOs, especially the tech CEOs like Jeffrey Bezos of Amazon, Elon Musk.
There's no need even to have a college degree at all, or even high school.
Apple, Tim Cook, everybody seems to be emphasizing that what is important for them is skills, and they don't care too much about the college or the streams of education that they may have, likely candidates may have acquired. So, and that trend has some merits also and seems to have caught on, especially in the technology industry. So traditional evaluation methods where there was a lot of importance given to the college degree, years of experience, stability in the job, or branded or large company that you may have worked for, used to carry a lot of weightage in the hiring cycle or hiring process. But increasingly, the weightage of these aspects, I'm not saying these things are totally gone, the weightage of these aspects have gone down quite a bit, and emphasis or weightage on the skills that you bring to the table has really increased disproportionately. Oftentimes more than 50% weightage is being given whether you have or don't have the skills that are readily required for the job or that sets you off for the job in question. This coupled with the problem that most of the resumes these days actually look the same because they've been generated using various resume creation portals, which oftentimes use the AI tools. And when you upload the JD and some of your credentials, it generates CVs which oftentimes look very similar and therefore don't act as a differentiator for the candidate. This coupled with another very important aspect that for the new age technology, there aren't even enough people in the market because these technologies have emerged so far that experience cannot be given too much importance because you will not find experience in the market. And therefore, what is important is that there may be obviously career switches that people may be making to these new domains, and therefore they don't have experience, but they need to be assessed whether they have the skills. And there is a demand-supply gap, so this gap can be bridged only if there are career switches as well. In all these scenarios, if you notice, the CV has no value. What is of value is that whether we can judge you whether you have the skills or not, and therefore there have to be new methods of evaluating the skills or competencies rather than the CV. So that is what has led to this trend of de-emphasizing the CV and focusing on other things. So what are the new tools that the recruiters are using for assessing prospective candidates is a very important question to be answered. Then according to us, there are three important things which is increasingly being used for assessing a candidate's competency. The first is your digital presence or the online portfolios that you may have to showcase, especially on the social platform where there is a social ratification of the work you have done. And therefore, managing your personal brand online becomes very important. So you should be present on LinkedIn, and if you are a technology person, on GitHub, creative people on Behance and Dribble, and then demonstrate the type of work or projects that you may have worked on. It plays in your favor because it is being looked into in your evaluation process. Number two is your overall readiness for skill assessment and competencies in giving online tests or any kind of tests which are administered to assess your skill. You cannot shy away from that even if you are a middle level manager in today's day and age. So be prepared that skill based assessments will be given, and that is carrying a lot more weightage than what you may have written in your resume. The third important point is your overall virtual presence. So because the nature of work has changed, more and more work is getting done in a virtual environment. Oftentimes there are remote workers involved. Therefore, how well as an executive you are able to make an impact in a virtual meeting is also being discussed. So therefore, there are these exercises or group discussions in which you are thrown into during the evaluation process, where you are supposed to solve a problem creatively and collaboratively, and your overall ability to create an impact in a virtual environment and create consensus in a virtual environment is assessed. So these are the three new parameters on which candidates are being assessed, and their weightage is much higher than the resumes. The resumes are still required, but they are not a differentiator anymore. Therefore, besides this, the data shows that the candidates who are hired through these assessment processes tend to do better in the actual job environment than those hired through the resume-based shortlisting or hiring. So therefore, you should be ready for these new tools and assessments being used by the recruiters. And to the recruiters, I would like to say that those who have not yet embarked on this journey of using these new tools and not depend on just the resumes, Are you ready for the new age hiring? If yes, the Jigya team is there to help. Just visit us on jigya.co.in and drop us a line. We'll connect with you. Thank you.